Good evening, folks. This is Deb. I confess I've taken a little time off from the politics thing. And it isn't that I haven't been paying attention. I just needed to give my brain a rest. But I have to confess that I see some things that really, really worry me. And not just on the Donald Trump side. Okay, we have a whole bunch of stuff we need to cover, and we'll talk about that. But from once again, the Democratic voting side. When I see polls that say Democratic support tumbling, look, folks, I seriously don't think you understand. I seriously don't think a lot of people understand what's going on here. And I really cannot fathom how people are still locked into this whole politics thing. This isn't about politics anymore. It wasn't about politics in November when 90 million of you didn't bother to vote. And we ended up with a man who is literally emulating Adolf Hitler. Okay, he is sweeping up people without warrants and without any reason, putting them into concentration camps. I'm sorry, but alligator Alcatraz can't be called anything but that. Worms in the food, no places to take showers, stifling heat, 23 people in a room. This is unconscionable, okay? And you know what? Maybe it doesn't affect you, but you know what? When a guy like this can get away with that with anyone, he can get away with it with you if you don't fit the mold eventually. A man who has destroyed the economy. I mean, it's trash, okay? His jobs report was terrible this month. They went back and looked at the last 2 months, and he overprojected all of it. They rolled it back down, and what does he do? He fires the person who puts the numbers out. This is the stuff of fascism, folks. If we fail in the midterms, there is no turning back. We can't just say, oh, well, we'll get him in 2028. I will guarantee you this. If the Republicans retain power in the midterms, in the House and the Senate, we will not see a 2028 election. You need to pay attention here. We have one out here. One out. Donald Trump owns the legislature. He has bullied the Senate. He has stacked the Supreme Court. He has stacked the Department of Justice. He has stacked the Department of Health. He owns the entire nation. There is no one who will go against him except we, the people. And we cannot fail this time, okay? We cannot. Now, let me give you a tip. MAGA, the real hardcore people, they're never getting off the bandwagon. But the Democratic Party voters, this isn't the time to rebuild the Democratic Party. We need to vote blue up and down the ballot, whether they are progressives or moderates. Period. End of story. Once we are safely out of this mess, we can rebuild the Democratic Party. If we have legitimate progressive candidates available right now in primaries, yes, put them up there. But at the end of the day, whatever Democrat wins the primary is the guy we have to back, or the female we have to back. It's the person we have to back. We cannot cede one seat to the Republican Party. It will be our death knell. It will be over here in America. And we will not climb out of this, certainly not in my lifetime, but I'm going to guarantee you this. If you're 50 years old, 40 years old, maybe not in your lifetime. Maybe not in your lifetime. Pay attention to what I'm saying. You're not just voting for you. You're voting for your children and your grandchildren. You're voting for your neighbor who may not be as fortunate as you. And I'm going to tell you this right now. You might think you're big stuff if you're making $300,000-$400,000 a year. You don't make enough for Donald Trump to give a shit about you. Unless you're in the Elon Musk range, he doesn't care about you. And this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, he's protecting the elites. That's what he's doing. He knows he's in those files. He's all over those files. He's running scared. And he is about to give Ghislaine Maxwell a pardon. So she won't talk. And what will he do with her? He'll send her off to another country, pay her off, make her sign an NDA so that she can't say a thing until he's dead and buried. That's what he's going to do. And for all of you lefty women out there who are out there posting that you don't think it's fair that Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison while none of the men are being held accountable, let me remind you of something. There is no more loathsome a creature than Ghislaine Maxwell, who sold underage girls to pedophiles. The woman sold underage girls to pedophiles. She just happened to get caught. She belongs in prison. She does not belong on the streets again simply because none of the men have been caught yet. Do you seriously think she's going to turn the men in when she gets out? She only gives a shit about herself and her cushy little lifestyle. Grow up, ladies. This isn't about the women's movement. She's a monster. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You better get your shit together, and you better do it soon. You better plan on participating in the election. You better be out there right now participating and pushing against Trump, because we are in serious shit in this country. And perhaps you don't know, you're not paying attention. So the next few videos I make, I will tell you exactly just how much shit we're in. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you all later.